Good morning, grade 12. This is the continuation of our revision chapter, and today's part is about the 5 themes of geography. What are the 5 themes of geography? They are categories or divisions that scientists and historians use to study Earth's features. Now, this part is not related to history. It's not related to the things that we took yesterday, fossils and artifacts and historical facts. No, it's related to the other part of social studies, which is geography. So mainly the 5 themes of geography, they talk about features of the Earth's surface, or divisions. How do we divide Earth's features and surfaces? The 5 themes of geography are movement, region, human environment, interaction, location, and place. To start with the first one, movement. What is movement? People interact with each other, okay? And they travel from place to place. They also communicate with each other. This communication can be verbal, using face-to-face conversations, can be in terms of letters, postal letters, can be in terms of electronic letters, emails, can be in terms of deliveries and postal packages. Information travel all over the earth, as you can see. So the definition of movement is the exploration of different resources and where are they located. Okay, the people that use them and how they are transported to locations all over the Earth's surface. Can you please read again this paragraph and try to redefine movement in an easier term? Grade 12.
Yes.
Can you please redefine movement? I'm waiting for your answers. Read the first paragraph in red and tell me, what do I mean by movement in an easier way than this definition?
Connections.
Can we start one by one? First one? Who was talking? Nada?
Yes, I said connections.
I need a definition. And if I ask you to define movement, is the word connection enough?
1 second.
Yes, it's the location of resources and how they are used and how they are transported.
So what's the main key word in movement? What are we talking about?
Location.
Yeah.
Transportation.
How people get from one place to another.
Transportation. Interaction.
We are interested in the movement of what? What are the key terms?
Resources.
Resources and people. These are the 2 key terms. So movement is how resources and people are located. Where is their location? Where is their place? And how do they move, or how are they transported from one place to another, or what's their movement? Well, how do they move from all over Earth's surface? Is it clear? Can you make it in an easier terms in your own words?
Yes.
As long as we include the 2 key terms. In movement, we're not talking about the movement of the buses or the airplanes. We're talking about what's being moved. The 2 key terms are people and
Resources and people.
resources. Where is the location of the resource? Where is the location of the person? How do they move? How is the resource being moved? And how do people move from one part of Earth to the other? Clear?
Okay.
Okay, why is the theme of movement important? Because it helps us understand how do we connect and how do we depend on other people. Why is it important to move from one place to another? Because by movement, we share things. I move from one country to the other, I see different cultures, I learn different languages, I know different traditions. I transport with me different information. So this helps the development of other cultures and the development of me. This helps the process of connection and this is why the theme of movement is important. So far, is this theme clear?
Yes.
So in this slide, you need to know the definition of movement with the two key terms and why is movement important. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how are people, goods, information, and ideas move from one place to another? This is very primitive. People and goods, how do they move? They move by trucks, cars, planes, trains, buses, boats, which are the means of transportation. Yes? Information,
Yes.
how is information passed from one place, or how does information move? By emails, electronically, internet, telephones, mail, and you should add to it conversations, one-to-one conversations, facial conversations. Okay?
Okay.
Ideas, how do ideas move from one place to another? By magazines and books, radio and television. Is it clear? These are the examples. So if I ask you, for example, define movement and tell me one thing that's being moved from one part of the Earth's surface to the other, you will pick one of these three categories, whether it's ideas.
وأقول example عليها صح؟
Yes, and you pick one of them. And you will say, for example, people move by trucks, trains, or cars. Or you pick information and you say it moves by telephones, emails, or actual mails, or postal service. Clear?
Okay.
So these are the three things or the three categories of the things that are being moved from one place to the other. They're either people and goods, things that are tangible, you can touch them, or information, documents, papers, information, or ideas, things that are intangible. But you get the idea from a magazine, from a book, from a radio, or from a television. Of course,
conversation is part of information.
Yes. If you have, for example, a Zoom conversation or a live conversation, you're sitting with a person, you also transfer information. Clear?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The second theme of geography is region. Scientists divide Earth's land into sections. They're called regions based on certain traits that these sections share. So what is the definition of region? It's a section or a piece of land that share certain and similar characteristics or traits. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between region and location?
لا.
Region connects people by shared traits.
But location is like dependent on longitude and latitude and the things next to it.
You said location, correct, but I need a correct.
Region is a place like places grouped together based on similarity in religion or the culture or the language.
Region is general. Look here, sections. A section is a general part. Okay, one section includes many locations. Location is an exact spot. It's as if you can pin it on a region. Do you see this X on the picture? Grade 12.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see the X on the picture, like the map picture? This is a location. They're pointing at an exact spot that you can reach to, and you can identify using the latitude and longitude lines. Clear? Whereas a region is the green area, orange area, and yellowish area. A region includes many places, many locations, many cities, sometimes many countries. They share the same characteristics. Clear?
Yes.
Now, what are these characteristics that they share? How do I say that this is a region? A region can be divided according to or based on climate. And for example, in North Pole, this is a region that's known as a very cold section of the Earth. Okay?
Yes.
For example, the equator with the tropical lines around it, this region is known for its tropical climate. Okay, Russia, for example, is known for its very cold weather. This is another region. So do you understand? We can divide regions according to the climate.
Climate.
Okay, we can divide regions according to its location. يعني continents. Africa, Asia, North America, South America. So we can divide regions according to their location. Where is it on the map? Is it in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere, western hemisphere? Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We can divide regions according to languages and culture. For example, the Middle East. When I say Middle East, it's a general region that has many different countries inside, but they share the same language, which is the Arabic tongue. I'm not talking about the sub-languages, different Arabic. They share language and most probably the same cultures. They have the same, for example, Eid, they all do the same Ramadan. They share similar characteristics and traits. Clear?
Yes.
Or we can divide the regions based on landforms. A region with, for example, a mountain range or a desert, like the Sahara region, because it has the desert. So do you understand how we can divide regions?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you understand the definition of region?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
questions so far?
No.
No.
Now, human environment interaction. How people interact with surroundings. This is a very simple, straightforward definition. What is human environment interaction? It's not their interaction with each other, like movement. It's the interaction with the environment, with the surroundings. Now, remember we said that people depend on the environment, as well as the environment depends on people. Why do we depend on the environment? Because we need soil, we need land, we need to grow food. We need water from the rivers and streams for drinking water and for transportation. Clear? This is the first type of interaction, that we depend on the environment and we need it. Clear? The second type of interaction, that after we depend on the environment, sometimes there are changes. We try to modify the environment. We settle in a place, so we start building houses because we need to live there. We settle in a place, so we start paving roads. We start setting the roads in front of us, making them clear and good for cars and trucks to travel on. Do you understand?
Yes.
The third type of interaction is how people adapt to the environment. This is a very cold region. This is a very cold surrounding or environment. So how do we adapt? We wear cold clothes. We install heaters inside our houses. Okay? This is how we adapt. So in human environment interactions, we have three types of interactions. We depend, we modify, and we adapt. Is it clear?
Yes.
If I ask you what are the three types of interactions, Bahroub, what are they?
Miss, can you say the question again?
What are the three types of human environment interactions?
ثانية.
Omar, what are the three types of human environment interactions? Abu al-Farh?
There is أقول
Omar, yes?
أول واحدة إن people depend on the environment.
The first one.
اللي موجودة مش
Abu al-Farh, the
التانية
second one.
to modify.
What's the second type of interaction? Other
ليه؟
than depending. What's the second type of interaction?
modify the environment.
Modify the environment. Peter, the third one.
People adapt to their environment.
Adapt to the environment. Thank you. Okay. Now, when we interact with the environment, there are consequences. When we depend, modify, and adapt to the environment, we have certain consequences or reactions. These consequences can be positive, they can be negative. The positive is when we adapt to the environment, we get used to the environment, so we have more interaction between people of different cultures. We get used to the environment, it's no longer an obstacle, and we start getting ready and we start to be ready to interact using movement with the different cultures. The negative consequence is that when we try to adapt and modify, we use Earth's natural resources faster. When we try to adapt and modify, we create factories because we need to live and produce, so we create air pollution. And this pollution causes global warming. Clear?
Meaning. Yes.
Okay. Now, location. We have region, we have place, and we have location. So pay clear attention to the difference between three. We already discussed region, and we said that region is an area that is general, okay? And we divided according to characteristics. Now, what is the difference between region and location?
Can you
Location
go to
is,
the slide before it?
hmm?
I didn't understand the consequence part.
Is this Peter?
Yes.
Okay, consequence part. Next time, please say it a little bit faster before I move to the other side. Now, remember here in this slide, we said that when people interact with their environment, the interaction is three types. We depend on the environment, so we use the soil. We modify the environment, so we start making roads, making factories, and we adapt to the environment. When we make these three interactions, there are certain consequences to our actions. These consequences can be positive, can be negative. When we make these three, the positive consequence is that now we have food, now we have houses and roads, now we're well dressed, so we can move, we can go to work, we can interact with other people and share different cultures. Is the positive consequence clear?
Yes.
Okay, now the negative consequence. When we depend on the land, when we use the soil, what happens when we keep growing food and using trees and using soil? We use the earth's natural resources,
Natural resource.
right? Which might cause the soil depletion and which might cause the deforestation. This is the negative consequence. If we're not careful enough, we can misuse Earth's resources and finish them faster than the way they're produced. Clear, Peter? What
Yes.
else? When we modify or when we change, we pave the roads. Sometimes you see that they're clearing a green area because they need to build a place, whether it's buildings or paving roads. This is deforestation. We're taking away the green area, we're taking away the good soil to build something for man-made, for humans. Again, if we need to modify and we need to change the environment, we need to build factories. When we build the factories, they cause air pollution and they cause global warming. So these are the three negative consequences. Is it clear?
Yes.
Consequences of the human interactions with the environment. Clear, Peter?
Clear.
Okay, now back to location. Remember when we said location is an exact spot. When I tell you where is the school, you will either tell me it's in Muhammad Ali Street or it's before the gas station, or you will tell me it's in front of Canal al-Dakhli buildings. You will tell me a location, you will tell me a spot, okay? There are two types of locations, absolute location and relative location. Absolute location is using cardinal directions and latitude and longitude lines. Absolute location is the one that you get when I share my location with you or I send my location with you on WhatsApp. It gives you degrees, latitude, longitude, and you go to an exact spot. Do you understand what's absolute location?
Yes.
Do you all
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kiki, do you understand what's absolute location?
Yes.
لا Kiki, not you. Kiki,
Yes.
do you understand what's absolute location?
Uh.
Mashali, do you understand what's absolute location? Mashali,
مش هنا.
okay.
مش موجود يا مس.
Miss Anna, and if you ask us, we should say that it uses the longitude and latitude.
Exactly. Absolute location is the exact location of a place on Earth using the latitude and longitude lines.
Okay.
Here, relative location is what I just said. When I ask you where's your house, for example, you will tell me not the exact location using degrees. You will tell me it's next to this pharmacy, or it's in front of this school, or it's on top of this restaurant. You will compare the location of your place to another place. Relationship, relative. Do you understand?
Can you repeat the
Yes.
definition of absolute location?
Absolute location, for example, this is Maya, صح? Is this
لا يا أوتا.
I need to reach your house. I have two ways. Either you will share your location with me and send it on WhatsApp. When you share the location, it gives me on Google Maps the latitude and longitude lines, and I use them and I reach you according to these directions, right?
Yes.
This is absolute location, an exact spot. Either I use the internet or I go according to the directions in the compass. Clear?
Clear, okay.
Relative location, you will call me, you will tell me, you go on this street, next to this street you will go the right turn, for example. Do you know this restaurant or pharmacy or school? It's on top or not right next to it or behind it. You will describe the location of your place compared to other places. Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So this is exactly what I said, but using other words and using examples. We will stop here today, okay?
Okay.
I think you
Yes.
only have place, that's it. But because the Zoom session is going to end, so I just want you to read it, okay? And next time I will revise it quickly so we can start with the map parts.
بس هو حضرتك هتحطيهم فين؟
SMS, just like last year, you will open SMS,
طيب
you will find folders, PowerPoint, videos, assignments.
اوكي تمام.
Okay, and I will post Wednesday or Thursday. I will post and I will tag whoever shows up in the tag list,
الاسايمنت صح؟
the assignment and the things that are uploaded. Okay,
طيب اوكي.
see you next week.
باي مس.
Yeah, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
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 ما عملش خلاص بقى.